To demonstrate composition, you'll see that I have one class called name.h. It just has two data members, fname and lname, and I have a default constructor that sets them both to empty strings. I have a constructor that has parameters that sets the two data members according to the parameters, and I have a get fname and a get lname function. So that's just a simple class with some constructors and a get function. And then I have another class called student. And you'll notice the one thing in this student class, one of the data members, student name in this case, has a data type of name. This is an example of composition. So this data member, the data type of it is from a different class. It's from the name class. So that's an example of composition. Some might even say this is an example of composition because fname and lname technically are from the string class because strings are not built-in data types in C++. So I just want to show you what happens here, and I just have a couple of constructors to demonstrate. What would happen here in the default constructor is it would set the GPA member to 0, the credits earned member to 0, but the thing that's going to happen automatically that you don't see any code for is there is one additional data member here, student name. It would actually go out and execute the default constructor for that. So it would set fname and lname both to the empty string. If you want to actually call the constructor specifically, you could do that. So here's another constructor for the student class. It's got 4 parameters, string f, string l, a double G, and an int credits. And here you'll see this is a very special syntax. It's used with composition. We'll see shortly it's used with inheritance. But this is going to call the constructor. Student name's data type is name, so it's going to call the constructor right here with f and with l. Okay? And then it's going to go ahead and set the GPA to the parameter G and the credits earned to the parameter credits. So this is just an example of how you could call the constructor when you're using composition. I'm just tracing through this program to show you really how that works. So I just hit debug step into. Here I'm going to hit F10. Go to the next line. F11 will jump into a function, so in this case my constructor. So when I hit F11, you'll see it goes into this constructor, but if I hit F11 right here, see how it goes into the constructor for that name class. So it does that automatically, and then it'll execute the GPA and the credits earned. And then you can see here, again, this is going to call the constructor with 4 parameters. Oh, hold on just one second, one too far. Sorry, sometimes this gets a little buggy. Oh, I couldn't actually trace into that one. So I guess you'll just have to believe me. So this one would actually call the constructor with 4 parameters. And the first thing this would do would jump out to the name class with this student name member, and it would execute this constructor right here. Okay, so that's an example of composition.